Yo, what's up everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka Review King MB, and we are here to do my 31 days of horror movie reviews. And next up on this interesting list, very interesting list, I decided to rewatch and review The Unborn. The Unborn is a 2009 film, so the 10-year anniversary, if anyone gives a shit. This is written and directed by David S. Goyer, who is a writer that I'm not too high on. I've talked about before, not just because of Blade Trinity, although that's a big part of it, but this movie as well. This has a great cast, shockingly great cast. It has a premise that's a little creepy as far as the idea goes, but I thought the execution, I thought the direction of this movie was very much all over the place. Odette Yutzman plays our main character, Casey, who she's having several different nightmares, a lot of creepy images, dogs, and she has this constant fear of this little boy following her, haunting her. And she doesn't quite know what's going on until her father, played by James Remar, again, talented actor, I don't know what the hell he's doing here, but he tells her that, hey, look, you had a twin brother who died in the womb when you both were in there, and he got strangled by your umbilical cord. So, yeah, he hates you. And so he's here to haunt you, to come after you, or maybe it's something else taking the form of your dead brother. Whatever it is, she has to try to deal with it. There are a lot of dream sequences of her, like the one scene where she sees herself on the ceiling and she's freaking out, she can't move, and yeah, sure, it's a little creepy, but I feel like I've seen that scene so many times in so many other horror movies that it's like, alright, just how original is this? The creepy little boy, it's like, yeah, I've seen that 1,000 times before. The Omen, anyone, or even The Orphan, that little girl was super ultra mega creepy. You have other characters in the movie. Megan Good plays her best friend, and such a waste of Megan Good. She's a good actress, and so I feel like we don't see her enough in these types of movies, but here she's just there to try to support her and comfort her and be there for her, and then she gets what happens to her, and I just thought, really? Do we really have to do that to poor Megan Good? Cam Giganted, probably did not say his name anywhere close to being right, but I remember this actor being in a lot of movies, especially horror movies in the mid to late 2000s. I don't know what's happened to him more recently. He plays her boyfriend Mark, who he's really just the good-looking guy who's here to be put in danger. And you could complain about that. You could complain that there's not much to his character except for the fact that he's some good-looking guy who she cares about. I can't really complain, though, because how many horror movies have we seen where the guy is the main character and his girlfriend is just some hot chick that there's not much to her character besides she's the hot chick or she's the girlfriend and we're supposed to care about her because the main character does. So I guess I can't complain when the guy is now in that role. Gary Oldman. How in the blue hell did David S. Goyer get Gary Oldman to be in this? Gary Oldman is one of those actors where I'm not saying that he's been, like, every movie that he's been in has been great, but clearly he's been in some great ones. Maybe it's the Dark Knight connection. David Goyer allegedly, supposedly, has some involvement in writing the Dark Knight movies. I don't believe that the main stuff is from him. I'm choosing to not believe that, but his name is in the credits, so maybe Gary Oldman felt like he owed this guy a favor. Or maybe he somehow blackmailed Gary Oldman into this movie. I don't know. He plays the rabbi who's there to try to help Odette Yutzman, and every time I see him in like these scenes, I'm like, no, Gary Oldman, you're so much better than this. Speaking of being so much better than this, there's an exorcism scene at the end of this movie that I actually enjoy. Not because it makes any sense, because it doesn't make any sense plot-wise, and the whole idea of this isn't so much of a ghost, it's more of a possession thing going on. I wish more of the movie was about this, because then you start to see the ghost possessing several different bodies, jumping from body to body, and and it gets super trippy and out there. But we meet Idris Elba. Speaking of, what the hell are you doing in this movie, Idris Elba? Speaking of, you're too good for this movie, Idris Elba. He plays a priest who's performing the exorcism, and he too gets possessed. And when he gets possessed, he's scary as hell. So there's that. I wish he was in the movie a lot more. But a couple of sequences, or one decent end sequence, does not save this movie. Odette Yutzman, as much as I like her, she does not save this movie. This movie was just boring and forgettable and not much going on. I did not care. I thought the script was all over the place. I thought the logic of this movie was all over the place. I did not care for the Unborn. Pretty much a waste of time, if I'm being honest. So guys, let me know in the comments below for the 10-year anniversary. What do you think of the Unborn? Is it a movie that you've seen before? Do you remember this movie? Is it something that you never saw and don't care to see, especially after my review? Or do you like the movie and maybe I'm being too harsh in it? Who knows? Maybe there is one person out there who enjoys this. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later. Souls taken over by a devilish path. You got me walking on broken glass. Kicking down the door with a Jason mask. With a dead dumb machete, but you motherfuckers know it's heavy. Anytime you're ready, you can get you with a Bowie.